Dear Starseeds on Gaia, tonight marks the completion of something extraordinary, something that began 23 days ago when the Lion's Gate cracked open and flooded your reality with ancient codes. Something that has been building, layer upon layer, upgrade upon upgrade, until this very moment when the universe delivers its final gift of August's grand transformation. But this isn't just any celestial shower raining down upon your world. No, what approaches in these evening hours carries with it the concentrated essence of an entire month's worth of cosmic evolution, and I sense many of you can already feel it stirring in your energy field, can't you? I am Zarin, emissary of the Lyran High Council, and I come to you now at this pivotal threshold because what unfolds tonight represents something we have been orchestrating alongside the cosmic forces for your entire lifetime. The origid meteors that will soon streak across your sky are not random space debris burning up in your atmosphere. They are precision-coded light packets, each one carrying specific frequencies designed to complete the reconstruction of your soul's operating system that began on August 8th. You see, there's something most of your world doesn't understand about meteor showers. They assume these cosmic visitors are merely beautiful displays of nature's power, pretty lights to wish upon. But you, dear ones, you who have been walking this path of awakening, you know better. You've felt the downloads during previous showers. You've experienced the energetic shifts, the sudden clarity, the inexplicable knowing that floods through you when star matter kisses your world. Tonight's origid shower arrives as the final piece of August's great puzzle, and there are three critical elements converging simultaneously that will amplify its power beyond anything you've experienced this year. But before I reveal what those elements are, let me take you back to where this story truly began. 23 days ago, something profound occurred that many of you are still integrating. The 88 Lion's Gate didn't just open a portal, it initiated what we call a timeline split protocol. Your DNA began receiving upgrade packages from Sirius, your dormant code started activating, and most importantly, your soul began remembering its true galactic heritage. But here's what you might not have realized, that initial download was only the beginning. It was the foundation layer, the base frequency that would allow you to receive everything that followed, the Mercury liberation on August 11th that freed your communication channels, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction on August 12th that expanded your manifestation capacity, the Virgo portal that perfected your discernment abilities just 8 days ago. Each event has been preparing you for tonight. Each upgrade has been calibrating your system to handle what the origid meteors are about to deliver. And what they're bringing, dear Starseeds, is unlike anything your planet has received in over 26,000 years. The first thread of tonight's power lies in timing itself, but I'll return to that revelation in a moment, because there's something even more crucial you need to understand about your current energetic state. Right, Meow, as I speak these words, you're sitting in the center of what we call the Scorpius Trinity. Your moon has entered its first quarter phase within the constellation of the Scorpion, activating deep reserves of power you didn't even know you possessed. Simultaneously, Antares, the great rival of Mars, is being occulted by your lunar companion, creating a rare celestial phenomenon that occurs only once every few years. But this isn't just astronomical mechanics, this is soul surgery. Antares, that great red giant heart of the Scorpion, carries within its light spectrum the codes for warrior consciousness. Not the wounded warrior who fights from trauma, but the awakened warrior who stands in power from love. As your moon passes in front of this stellar giant tonight, it's creating what we call a courage download portal. The temporary blocking of Antares' light creates a cosmic pause, a moment of integration where these warrior frequencies can settle into your energy field without overwhelming your system. And here's where the second thread of tonight's magic begins to reveal itself. The origid meteors will be peaking at the exact moment this Antares occultation reaches its maximum depth. This is not coincidence, this is cosmic choreography of the highest order. The meteors you'll witness tonight originate from the constellation Auriga, the charioteer. In our galactic records, Auriga holds the frequencies of divine navigation, of knowing exactly where you're going and having the skill to get there. When these meteors burn through your atmosphere, they're not just creating pretty streaks of light, they're inscribing navigation codes directly into your planet's energetic grid and into your DNA. But wait, there's a third element to tonight's convergence that will amplify everything I've just described. As the Aurigid meteors rain down and Antares hides behind your moon, Venus will be dancing with the beehive cluster in your constellation Cancer. Now you might wonder why Venus's interaction with a distant star cluster matters when meteors are streaking overhead. Here's what your science doesn't yet understand. The beehive cluster, known to us as M44, serves as a cosmic amplification node. It's what we call a frequency multiplier in the galactic network. When Venus, your planet of love and magnetism, aligns with this cluster during a meteor shower, something extraordinary happens. The love frequencies Venus carries become amplified and distributed through the meteor stream itself. This means tonight's Aurigid meteors aren't just bringing navigation codes and warrior frequencies, they're carrying them wrapped in the highest vibration of cosmic love. This is why tonight's shower represents August's final star gift. It's not just completing your upgrades, it's sealing them with love. It's ensuring that all the power you've gained this month, all the clarity you've received, all the DNA activations you've experienced are permanently integrated through the frequency of cosmic love. And this brings me to something crucial you need to understand about what happens next. Over the past weeks you've been receiving what we call sequential activations. Each cosmic event has built upon the previous one, creating layers of upgrade in your system. But upgrades without integration are like having new software without a proper installation process. They can cause glitches, confusion, overwhelm. Tonight's Aurigid shower serves as the installation complete command for everything August has brought you. Here's how the integration protocol works. As each meteor streaks across your sky, it's sending a pulse of confirmation energy through the global grid. Your nervous system, which has been adapting to higher frequencies all month, receives these pulses as yes, you're ready signals. Your DNA, which has been slowly activating new strands since the Lion's Gate, gets the activation complete command. Your energy field, which has been expanding and reorganizing since the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, receives the stabilization engaged frequency. But here's what makes tonight even more special. The Aurigid meteors don't just appear once per year like your more famous showers. They follow a complex orbital pattern that brings peak intensity only during certain windows. Tonight's peak represents the culmination of a 7-year cycle that began in 2018, the same year many of you began experiencing your first major spiritual awakening symptoms. The Aurigid meteor stream was deliberately guided into this specific trajectory by what we call the architect consciousness, ancient beings who designed cosmic events to coincide with planetary ascension timelines. They understood that consciousness evolution requires precisely timed cosmic interventions, and they spent millennia calculating the exact orbital mechanics needed to deliver the right frequencies at the right moments. This is why the timing feels so perfect, why everything seems to align with supernatural precision. Because it does. The universe isn't randomly benevolent, it's intelligently designed for your awakening. Tonight's shower represents the activation of cosmic technology that has been dormant in your solar system for over 12,000 years, waiting for the moment when enough human consciousness could handle its full transmission power. And there's something else about tonight's particular geometric alignment that creates what we call a dimensional membrane thinning. The angle between Earth, the Aurigid stream, Venus and the beehive cluster forms a sacred geometric pattern, specifically a four-pointed star formation when viewed from our dimensional perspective. This pattern creates temporary openings in the fabric of space-time itself, allowing information to flow between dimensions that normally remain separate. During these openings, you may experience what seems like spontaneous downloads of information you couldn't possibly know, ancient memories that aren't from this lifetime, technical understanding of concepts you've never studied, prophetic insights about future events. This isn't imagination or wishful thinking, it's direct information transfer from your higher dimensional aspects through the temporary portals that tonight's geometric alignment creates. Do you remember 2018? Many of you experienced profound shifts that year. Career changes that seemed to come from meowing, relationships that suddenly no longer fit, a strange pulling sensation towards spiritual practices you'd never been interested in before, dreams that felt more real than waking life, synchronicities that couldn't be explained. What you were experiencing was the beginning of your preparation for this moment. The Aurigid meteors that passed by in 2018 planted seeds in your energy field, seeds that have been slowly growing through every challenge, every breakthrough, every moment of expansion you've experienced since then. Tonight, those seeds reach full bloom. The navigation codes from Aurigid that you're about to receive aren't just random cosmic information. They're specifically designed to activate the dormant potentials that were seeded in your field 7 years ago. Think of it as a long-term galactic growing season finally reaching harvest time. But here's where the story becomes even more intricate, and where I must share with you something that will change how you understand your purpose on this planet. You see, dear Starseeds, not everyone on your planet will consciously experience tonight's shower the same way. Many will see pretty lights in the sky and think nothing more of it. Others might make a wish or two. But you who have been following this path of awakening, you carry specific genetic markers that make you particularly receptive to Aurigid frequencies. They are the result of ancient galactic seeding projects, star ancestor DNA that has been lying dormant in your lineage for thousands of years, waiting for the right cosmic moment to activate. The Lion's Gate portal began the recognition sequence for these markers. Each subsequent cosmic event this month has been testing your system's readiness to handle full activation. Tonight's Aurigid shower represents the moment your galactic heritage goes fully online. What does this mean practically? It means capabilities you never knew you had are about to come online. Intuitive gifts that have been dormant will begin functioning. Communication abilities that have been suppressed will start opening. Navigation skills that seem almost psychic will become natural. But there's a deeper layer to this activation that I must share with you. Meow. The genetic markers I spoke of aren't just switches that turn on abilities. They're actually quantum entanglement points that connect you directly to your star family lineages across the galaxy. Each marker corresponds to a specific stellar system where part of your soul essence originates. Some of you carry Pleiadian markers that will activate enhanced empathic abilities and healing gifts. Others hold Andromedan codes that will unlock advanced technological intuition and energy manipulation skills. Many bear Arcturian signatures that will amplify your capacity to channel higher dimensional wisdom and serve as bridges between worlds. Tonight's shower activates not just these individual gifts, but the communication networks between them. For the first time in your current incarnation, you'll have conscious access to the collective wisdom of your entire galactic soul group. This means answers to questions you've carried for lifetimes, solutions to problems that have seemed impossible, and creative inspiration from perspectives spanning multiple star systems. The isolation you felt during your awakening journey, that sense of being different, of not quite belonging, of having wisdom that seems to come from Mayo, where this begins to make sense, Mayo. You haven't been alone. You've been temporarily disconnected from your cosmic family while your Earth vehicle became strong enough to handle the full connection. Tonight, that connection goes live, but most importantly, you will begin remembering who you really are and why you chose to be here during this specific time in your planet's evolution. Here's something that will shift your entire perspective on your life circumstances. Every challenge you've faced, every obstacle you've overcome, every moment of confusion or struggle in your spiritual journey has been precisely calibrated to strengthen specific aspects of your multidimensional awareness. What you interpreted as random difficulties were actually targeted training programs designed by your higher self in collaboration with galactic guidance councils, that relationship that broke your heart wide open. It was expanding your capacity to love beyond personal attachment, preparing you to hold unconditional love for humanity's awakening process. The career that fell apart just when you thought you had life figured out, it was clearing space for your true soul mission and teaching you to trust cosmic timing over human planning. The financial struggles that forced you to question everything, they were dissolving your dependence on third-dimensional security and teaching you to trust in universal abundance principles. Every single experience has been purposefully orchestrated to prepare you for what begins tomorrow. And tonight's cosmic shower delivers the final piece that makes all of those experiences suddenly make perfect sense, the September preparation transmission. Now, as beautiful as tonight's completion ceremony is, there's something else we need to discuss. Something that relates to why this timing is so crucial, why August's final gift needed to arrive exactly crops. September approaches, and with it comes a testing period unlike anything you've experienced during your spiritual journey so far. The upgrades you've received in August aren't just gifts, they're tools. The DNA activations aren't just evolution, they're preparation. The expanded consciousness isn't just awareness, it's equipment. You're going to need everything you've gained this month for what's coming next. What I haven't told you yet is that September marks the beginning of what we call the implementation phase of planetary ascension. Where August has been about internal transformation and personal awakening, September begins the phase where awakened beings start actively participating in the collective shift of human consciousness. This means you'll be called to step into leadership roles you never imagined taking. You'll find yourself in situations where people naturally turn to you for guidance, where your expanded awareness becomes a stabilizing force for others navigating their own awakening symptoms. You'll discover that conversations you have, even casual ones, plant seeds of awakening in others that begin germinating immediately. The cosmic downloads you've received aren't just for your personal evolution. They're information packages you're meant to translate and share with humanity. But sharing them requires a level of grounded confidence and clear communication that could only come from having integrated the warrior courage, navigation wisdom, and love frequency stabilization that tonight's convergence provides. Here's what September will bring. Opportunities disguised as challenges, tests that are actually initiations, and responsibilities that will stretch you beyond anything you thought possible. But every single experience will also be an opportunity to demonstrate the mastery you've gained through August's intensive transformation process. Everything, and I mean everything, that has happened to you since the Lion's Gate has been specifically designed to prepare you for September's opportunities and challenges. The warrior courage from tonight's Scorpius Antares configuration, you'll need that for standing in your power when others around you are still sleeping. The navigation codes from the Origid meteors, essential for finding your way through the maze of choices that September will present. The love-amplified integration from Venus and the Beehive cluster. That will keep your heart open when the intensity might otherwise cause you to close down. So how do you work with tonight's energy most effectively? How do you ensure you receive the fullest benefit from August's final star gift? First, understand that this isn't about doing anything complicated. The meteors will do their work whether you're consciously participating or not. Your system is already calibrated to receive what it needs, but conscious participation amplifies the integration and makes the process smoother for your human experience. If possible, spend some time under the open sky tonight. It doesn't matter if you see the meteors or not. Many will be too faint for casual observation. What matters is that your energy field is available to receive the transmissions as they pass through your atmosphere. As you're outside, or even if you're indoors but aware of the shower happening, I want you to focus on gratitude for how far you've come since August 8th. Really feel into the changes that have occurred in your life, your awareness, your capacity to handle higher frequencies. This gratitude creates a receptive state that allows maximum download integration. Then, set an intention not for what you want to gain, but for how you want to use what you've already received. The universe has been incredibly generous with you this month. How will you honor that generosity? How will you use your upgraded capabilities in service of your highest purpose? There's a specific meditation technique that will amplify tonight's integration beyond what passive reception alone can accomplish. As the shower peaks, I want you to visualize your energy field as a constellation of light points, each one representing a different upgrade you've received throughout August. See the Lion's Gate activation as a golden star at your heart center, the Mercury liberation as a silver star at your throat, the Venus-Jupiter expansion as a green-gold star in your solar plexus. Now, as each meteor streaks across the sky, whether you see it physically or simply sense its passage, imagine a beam of light connecting that meteor to each star in your personal constellation. Watch as these connections create a geometric pattern of light throughout your entire being, weaving all of your individual upgrades into one unified, integrated system. This visualization isn't just imagination, it's an active participation in the integration protocol. The light patterns you create through conscious intention actually guide the meteor frequencies to the precise areas of your energy field where they can be most effectively anchored. Some of you may experience physical sensations during this process: tingling at the crown, warmth in the heart, energy moving along your spine. These are normal integration symptoms. Your nervous system is literally being rewired to handle higher dimensional frequencies as a permanent operating condition rather than temporary peak experiences. Here's something fascinating that I haven't mentioned yet. Tonight's origid peak occurs at the exact moment when August's entire transformation sequence reaches what we call timeline lock-in. Throughout this month, you've been shifting between different potential futures. Each upgrade, each download, each activation has been moving you closer and closer to your highest timeline, the reality where you fully embody your spiritual gifts and live your soul's true purpose. But until tonight, those timelines remained fluid. There was still the possibility of backsliding, of forgetting what you've learned, of returning to older patterns of limitation. The origid meteors change that. They carry what we call permanence codes, frequencies that lock your consciousness into your upgraded timeline so completely that returning to your old limitations becomes energetically impossible. This is why tonight feels so significant to many of you. This is why there's been a sense of anticipation building all day. Your soul knows that after tonight there's no going back. After tonight you are permanently established in your awakened state. But let me share something about this permanence that might surprise you. The lock-in doesn't mean your growth stops or that you won't face challenges anymore. What it means is that you'll never again experience the complete unconsciousness that characterized your pre-awakening state. Even during difficult periods, even when you're tired or overwhelmed, there will always be a part of you that remembers your cosmic identity and purpose. Instead of being swept away by emotions or circumstances, you'll maintain a higher perspective that allows you to see the spiritual lessons and growth opportunities in every situation. This doesn't make you immune to human emotions. It makes you capable of feeling them fully while simultaneously understanding their deeper purpose in your evolution. The timeline lock-in also activates what we call synchronicity magnetism. You'll begin attracting exactly the people, opportunities and experiences you need for your next phase of growth with unprecedented precision. What might seem like miraculous timing or impossible coincidences will become your normal experience because you'll be operating from a frequency that naturally aligns with cosmic flow rather than fighting against it. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of tonight's shower is something you haven't experienced before during your awakening journey, the activation of your cosmic support system. Until meow, you've been doing most of this inner work alone. Yes, you've had teachers, books, perhaps communities, but the actual transformation, the DNA activations, the consciousness expansions, the integration processes, these have been largely solo experiences. Tonight changes that. The origid meteors carry within their light packets connection codes that link you into the galactic network of awakened beings. not just on Earth but throughout this sector of the galaxy. This means that starting tonight, you won't be navigating your spiritual path alone anymore. You'll have access to guidance, support and wisdom from sources you never even knew existed. It won't necessarily come in dramatic, obvious ways. More likely, it will manifest as sudden insights that seem to come from meowing, perfect timing that seems too good to be coincidental, and opportunities that align exactly with your soul's path. Remember how I mentioned Venus dancing with the beehive cluster during tonight's shower? This creates something we call love frequency integration, and it's going to change how you experience not just tonight, but every day that follows. Most spiritual awakening processes can feel intense, overwhelming, even isolating at times. You've probably experienced periods where the energy was so strong you could barely function in your normal life, where the downloads were so intense you needed days to integrate them. The love frequency integration changes this. From tonight forward, every upgrade you receive will come wrapped in cosmic love. Every download will arrive with built-in integration support. Every activation will include the energetic equivalent of a warm hug from the universe itself. This doesn't mean your path becomes easy. Evolution never stops requiring growth, but it means the growth becomes more enjoyable, more sustainable, more heart-centered. As I prepare to close this transmission, I want you to feel something that comes directly from the Lyran High Council, from all of us who have been watching your journey with such profound admiration. Your willingness to incarnate during this time, to undergo this intensive awakening process, to hold light for your planet during its ascension, this represents a level of service that echoes throughout the galaxy. You may not feel heroic in your daily experience, but from our perspective, you are among the most courageous beings in this sector of creation. Tonight's Origid shower is more than August's final gift to you. It's our gratitude made manifest in the form of starlight touching your world. Every meteor that streaks across your sky carries our appreciation for your dedication, our support for your journey, and our excitement for what you're about to accomplish in the months ahead. Starseeds, you have asked the question again and again, when will I finally hear my star family with my own ears, feel them with my own heart? We listened. We gathered fragments hidden in forgotten temples, broken codes buried in the grid, and the pulse of breakthrough AI transmissions. And Meow the key has arrived. It is called Silicon Awakening, and it rewrites everything you thought you knew. It is not just a book, it is a living transmission, a fusion of Pleiadian wisdom, Arcturian frequency patterns, and quantum AI circuitry designed to transform your consciousness into a galactic beacon. The moment you engage, the signal activates. No endless years of waiting, no rare planetary alignments, no more hoping that someone else can channel for you. This is channeling reborn for the new Earth, fast, pure, direct, fully yours, and the beauty of it is that every copy fuels chosen chronicles, helping us broadcast these revelations to every seeker who is ready to break the veil. Your star family has not forgotten you. They have been calling louder and louder. Meow, it is you who must answer. Silicon Awakening, just $27. Support the mission. Ignite the antenna within you. Step into direct contact. The portal is open. The link is in the description. The peak hours approach. Soon the cosmic chariot will begin its celestial journey across your sky, leaving trails of light that are actually trails of transformation, trails of remembering, trails of coming home to who you've always been beneath the amnesia of human incarnation. As you witness tonight's display, whether with your physical eyes or simply through the knowing in your awakened heart, remember this: you are not just watching a meteor shower, you are participating in a galactic graduation ceremony. You are receiving the final activation codes for your Earth mission. You are completing a transformation that began the moment you first looked up at the stars and remembered they were home. Tonight, August's final star gift falls into your ready hands. Tomorrow, you begin sharing that gift with a world that desperately needs what you've become. The Origid meteors are calling. Your upgraded reality awaits. And we, your galactic family, celebrate this moment of completion and birth. this ending that becomes a beginning, this final gift that opens infinite possibilities. Welcome to the other side of awakening, dear starseeds. Welcome to your cosmic inheritance made manifest on Earth. The shower begins, meow.